Cancer is far more common than people realize. About 40% of us will be diagnosed with cancer at some point in our lifetime. And on one hand, a lot of the risk is just genetics and bad luck. But on the other hand, studies show that up to 40% of cancers in women and 57% of cancers in men may be preventable. Now, what does that mean? Well, you can't change your genetics, but you can influence how your genes behave. And one of the strongest levers you can pull to lower your risk of cancer is the foods that you eat or don't eat every day. Because cancer is not just a genetic disease, it's also a metabolic disease and an inflammatory disease, and in many ways it's environmental. So the conditions inside your body matter, your hormones and your level of inflammation and what kind of fuels your cells are exposed to. And this is the part that often gets missed. Even foods that seem normal or even healthy can push your body towards the exact conditions that cancer cells thrive in. So in this video, I want to walk you through specific foods that shape this internal environment. And I want to break down the science behind how they support or slow down cancer growth. And I'll give you a simple framework to help you shift things in the right direction. One that makes it much more difficult for cancer cells to take hold and grow in the first place. And along the way, we'll take a closer look at red meat and how you should approach it. Because it's one of the most debated foods in the space, and the data there is far more nuanced than headlines make it seem. And if you're new to this channel, I'm Dr. Leonid Kim. I'm a double board certified physician, and on this channel, I go over the most up-to-date and evidence-based information on topics of weight loss, metabolic health, longevity. Let's get into it. So let's start with one of the most underestimated drivers of cancer risk, and that is sugar-sweetened beverages. And this one's tricky. Everyone knows about sodas, but then there's energy drinks, and there's juices, and sweetened coffee and boba teas. These drinks deliver massive amounts of sugar into the bloodstream almost instantly. And we have large population studies that show that every additional 8-ounce drink of 100% fruit juice per day, so just one small glass, is associated with a 17% increase in breast cancer risk, and a 10% increase in colorectal cancer risk, and a whopping 30% increased risk in the cancers of the biliary tract. So that refers to cancers of the gallbladder and the bile ducts, the small tubes that connect the liver to the intestines. And sugary drinks have also been linked to cancer of the liver and the pancreas, oral cavity, and prostate. Now, these studies show associations, so not proof of causation. But if you look at what's happening biologically, this lines up pretty well. And it starts with something called the Warburg effect. So most healthy cells generate energy very efficiently. They use oxygen to slowly extract large amounts of energy from nutrients. But cancer cells often behave very differently. Many of them switch to a faster metabolic pathway where they just burn through glucose extremely rapidly, even when there's oxygen available. And this process is called aerobic glycolysis. So think of it like an engine stuck at a full throttle. Cancer cells are constantly demanding fuel